So, you want to get really powerful results from AI? Well, first things first, you have to stop just giving it commands. The real secret, it's all about mastering the art of conversation. Let's dive in and break down exactly how to do that.
Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. You ask your AI assistant for help, and what you get back is just bland, generic, and honestly, pretty useless. It's so frustrating, right? But here's the thing. The problem isn't the AI, it's how we're talking to it.
And this right here is the heart of the matter. Look at the difference. A super vague request like write me an article is always, and I mean always, going to get you a vague, useless result. But a detailed, structured prompt, that unlocks the AI's real potential. It's literally the difference between a blurry, out-of-focus photo and a crystal clear, high-res image. And that brings us to the most important mindset shift you can make. You have to stop treating AI like a simple search engine you just bark orders at. Start thinking of it as a collaborator. Seriously, the best results, the ones that blow you away, they always come from a real dialogue, a back and forth.
Okay, but before we can have a great conversation, we need to be on the same page about what AI actually is and what it isn't. So let's kick things off by busting two of the biggest myths out there.
All right, myth number one. This is the big one. People think AI thinks like a person. It doesn't. It doesn't understand anything. What it is an incredibly powerful prediction machine. It sifts through mountains of data to guess the next most likely word in a sentence. It's all about statistics, not consciousness. And that leads right into the second big myth. The whole AI is coming for our job sphere. But the reality? It's actually way more exciting than that. Look, AI isn't here to replace you. It's here to augment you. It's a tool to amplify your own skills and take all that tedious work off your plate so you can focus on the stuff humans are amazing at. Like strategy, real creativity, and critical thinking. All right, so now that we've busted those myths, let's get down to the practical stuff, the actual art of the AI conversation. So the foundation for this whole conversation is what we call the prompt. That's just your instruction. And the rule here is dead simple. The quality of what you put in directly determines the quality of what you get out. Garbage in, garbage out. So the big question is, how do you create those high-quality prompts? Well, we're going to break it all down into a super clear, actionable framework. We're talking 7 practical levers that you can start using, like, today. Yep, that's the magic number, 7. It all comes down to just 7 key principles. I promise, once you get these down, you are going to completely transform your results with AI. So, let's get to it. Let's start with number 1. Lever number 1, you have to define a super clear intention. Think of the AI like a brilliant but very literal intern. It can't read your mind, it just executes. It doesn't strategize for you. So before you even start typing, you need to know exactly what you want. The topic, the tone, who it's for, how long it should be, all of it. Clarity is everything. Okay, level 2 builds right on top of that. Use a structured prompt. And this formula right here, it's an absolute game changer. You tell the AI what its role is. You give it a clear mission. You provide the context it needs. And then you set the constraints, like tone or length. Doing this doesn't just help the AI, it actually forces you to clarify your own thinking first. All right, lever number 3 is non-negotiable. Seriously, you have to systematically check the results. AIs can and do what we call hallucination. That means they just make stuff up. Facts, stats, quotes that look totally believable but are completely wrong. Remember, it's just predicting the next word. It's not a fact checker. You, your expertise, you are the final essential filter. Always, always verify. And that brings us to lever 4, which is my favorite. Treat it like a dialogue. Your first answer from the AI is never the final product. It's just the start of the conversation. Talk back to it. Say things like, okay, that's good, but make it more punchy. Or can you add a real statistic to back that up? You gotta refine, challenge, and tweak it until it's exactly what you want. Lever number 5 is all about working smarter, not harder. When you finally nail a prompt that gives you an amazing result, for heaven's sake, don't lose it. You need to document your best prompts. Create your own personal library. I don't care if it's a spreadsheet, a Notion page, whatever. Just save them and categorize them. This will save you so much time down the road. Next up, lever 6. Start small, then automate. It's so tempting to jump straight into these complex automations, but don't. First, test your process manually. For example, create a LinkedIn post with ChatGPT yourself. See if it works. Does it get engagement? Is the quality good? Once you've validated the process, that's when you connect it to a tool like Zapier and build a real workflow. And that brings us to our final lever, number 7. And this one's huge. This stuff is a team sport. You know, the single most important skill in the age of AI isn't prompt engineering, it's critical thinking. You have to train your teams not just to use the tool, but to really read the output with a critical eye, to question it, to challenge it, and to add that essential human layer of insight. Phew. Okay, so those are the 7 levers. But I know what you're thinking. That's a lot. How do you actually get started without feeling totally overwhelmed? Don't worry, we've got a simple, concrete plan for you. Check this out, a simple 4-week action plan. Week 1 is just about discovery. Pick 3 repetitive tasks and just play around. Week 2, you start experimenting and actually measure the time you're saving. Week 3 is all about optimizing and improving those prompts based on what you learned. And by week 4, you're ready to build your first simple, semi-automated workflow. See? Totally manageable. Now, using AI effectively is great, but using it responsibly and smartly, well, that means you have to understand the whole picture, and that includes some of the potential risks. So let's just be smart about this. You gotta know the risks. First, these tools can create super convincing misinformation, so be on the lookout for that. Second, they're trained on human data, which means they can have human biases built right in. And third, be really careful about putting sensitive or confidential data into a public tool. Just knowing these things makes you a much smarter, more effective user. And that's why I absolutely love this quote from Emmerich Page. It just completely flips the script. The common fear is that AI is going to make us all lazy thinkers, right? But the reality is the exact opposite. To use AI well, you're forced to become more critical, more precise in your thinking. It's like a gym for your brain. Okay, so let's zoom out and pull all of this together. What does this all really mean for you and your potential? I want you to think about AI this way. It's not a gadget. It's not some passing trend. It's an intelligence prosthesis. What a powerful idea, right? It's a tool that extends our own minds, just like a physical prosthesis extends our bodies. It helps us think bigger, create faster, and solve problems we couldn't before. And always remember this. The goal isn't to do AI. That's not the target. The AI is the ladder. It's the tool that helps you climb up and reach your real goals, whether that's growing your business, creating incredible content, or whatever else you're aiming for. And hey, if you feel like you're just getting started with all this, I want you to burn this thought into your brain. You are not late to the party. You are right at the beginning of the advantage. So there you have it. You've got the mindset, you've got the framework, you've got the 7 levers, you have everything you need to completely change how you work with AI. So the only question left is, what conversation are you going to start today?